Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to the Live Life Golden Show. This is episode 43. We are going back to the basics, the fundamentals of manifesting. I'm going to give you a roadmap to manifesting. If you have been having trouble, if you don't understand why things are not going your way, we are going to clear that up today. We're going to do some wonderful release techniques to allow you to let go of last year. Happy 2022. I'm stepping into this year just feeling really inspired and really excited with tons of ideas. So I would love to just share that energy with you and just release all the things that are no longer serving you. Because of our society and what we believe as far as like the year goes, the flip of the year goes, we put our lives in segments of the year. And that's why people will say this year was terrible. And it's like, really? The whole entire year was terrible? If we create our lives moment to moment to moment, there is no reason to even have a bad day because you can take your power back at any minute that you decide. So it's great because we've got this, energy and this belief and this intention. So we can really create anew, but it's not necessary for the year to flip in order for you to feel like you're in control of your life. So we're taking the power back, we're reclaiming the power, and I'm excited about this conversation. So manifesting, I looked up manifesting. It is the display or show by one's act or appearance, demonstrate. So I thought it was really cool that the word demonstrate was in there. A while ago, I read this book from Florence Scovel Shinn, and it's called The Game of Life and How to Play It. And Florence Scovel Shinn was a woman speaker when women were not speakers. This was back in the 1940s during Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. And she was doing these seminars and she was having people come to her and she was doing things called demonstrations where she would help people to manifest things. And she would say, this is a demonstration. You are demonstrating your ability to attract things. And people were attracting like their rent in the street. They didn't have their rent and they would find like a rolled up thing of money. And if you haven't listened to my show before, back when I think it was my Follow Your Dreams one, when I talked about finding $100 on the ground at Trader Joe's when we were like, zero in our bank account, moving from Connecticut to California, I was reading her book at that time. So, a lot goes to say when you have a belief system and an intention and you set it strongly, and she has all these mantras. She also does something very interesting. So if you have struggled with the law of attraction and spirituality or God, for a little while when I came across law of attraction, I was Catholic at the time. I kind of like let God go for a little while because I needed to like separate that begging God for things from I am a powerful creator. I'm back to God. I'm back to source, universe, whatever you like to call it. I'm back to the infinite energy of all that is. But what Florence does, which is so cool, is she applies the Bible or shows how the Bible applies to the law of attraction. And I love that. It's like taking science, spirituality, and biblical study to this law and how you can apply it. So if you're really into the Bible or you're Christian, this is a great way to kind of meld them together. I also love Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Super brilliant. I also realized I had read a thing up about Napoleon Hill in that book and how they took the word vibration out of the book. And the reason why they said they did that is because the masses weren't ready for that word. And I find that very interesting. When I say the word vibration, oftentimes people will question it and they'll say, well, what exactly is vibration? I don't really understand that. Or what is frequency? These are like new words that may feel a little new agey. And this stuff is not new agey. Like this stuff goes way, way back. I mean, if we can apply it to the Bible, then it goes beyond. So it's not new age stuff. This is stuff that has been around our society for a long, long time, but only certain people have tuned into it and awakened to it. So it hasn't become like a mass consciousness. But I do believe we're on the heels of that right now, especially because a lot of people have felt very fearful and very powerless. They're seeking their power. They want to feel better. So it's a great time. It's a wonderful time to do this. So when it comes to vibration, I'm going to explain exactly what vibration is and how you can realize and recognize what your vibration is and what you can do to improve it. So your vibration is your set point. It's like your mood. It's how you're feeling. You know how some days you wake up and you're just like, ugh, you just feel yucky. And then there's other days that you wake up and you're light and you're airy and you're in a good mood. Or you go from one place to another place, and when you go to that other place, the people maybe are different, or somebody says something that kind of wakes you up, or you see a beautiful sky, or you see a rainbow, and it wakes you up, and it helps you to feel better. It helps you remember who you really are. And when you remember who you really are, you raise your vibrational frequency, you raise your vibe, same thing as vibe, right? You raise your vibe and you put yourself in a higher frequency state. Now, the highest frequency states, the highest vibrations, we can say frequency and vibration is kind of the same thing. The highest states are appreciation and love. And I heard a really cool thing on a Joe Dispenza yesterday. You all know I love Dr. Joe Dispenza. He is absolutely brilliant. That when you are in gratitude, they have now, what I love about Dr. Joe Dispenza is he is spiritual, but he's also very scientific, and they have done tons of studies and reports on how this stuff works. I mean, they have healed people from cancer, from brain tumors, there was a woman he was talking about today who was blind, and I forget how she became blind, but she had a complete remission, like a sudden, spontaneous healing. And you just can't make that stuff up when you see it in real life. So he was saying that people that are in gratitude, when you reach for gratitude, when you contemplate in your life what you are grateful for, your immune system goes up by 50%. 50%. And here we are running around in fear and taking all these vitamins and trying to do all these things to stay healthy. And one of the very easiest things to do is to focus on what's good in your life. And what it does is there's these hormones that are released in your heart that actually tell your cells that you're in a good, happy, high vibe state. And that aligns with the frequency of health. Oh my goodness, I just thought that was so fantastic. So, the mechanism of your mind is to keep you safe and the same. And it is often your mind's job to keep you dissatisfied, right? Like if you ever catch yourself and you're not feeling good, normally it's just the mind that is going over problems. It's trying to work on problems. It's trying to keep you kind of stuck in the minutia. If you can pull yourself out of that, especially in the beginning, remember we've got 16, 17 seconds to change a thought before we get up to 68 seconds, right? That momentum that happens, that thought that attracts another thought, that 68 seconds is when physical manifestation starts to happen. We have a chance. We have a chance to change that momentum. We have a chance to say, hang on a second. What am I focused on right now? What is my attention on right now? Oh, what is good in my life? I do that a lot. What is good in my life? What is so good? I can get super duper grateful and really, really happy over a cup of coffee. My new saying is coffee is life. I just love my coffee in the morning. My one cup. I just love it. I love the way it feels. I love the way it tastes. I love how warm it is. I love that I get to sit and be with it. That's usually my meditation time. That's usually when I journal. So it's like that sacred, special time to me. So find things like that and find people and find experiences and reach higher for that frequency of gratitude. And you're going to change your vibrational output. So if your vibration is your mood, now a lot of people think that they can kind of pretend themselves into abundance, or they can, fake it till you make it. We hear that all the time, right? And there are elements of truth in that because your conscious mind, your subconscious mind doesn't really know what's real. So what you're feeding to your subconscious mind does matter. It absolutely matters, and it does work. But if you're not feeling it on a conscious level, if you are trying to be happy, if you are trying to be positive, all of those things are not enough of a conduction of your vibration or enough of an output of energy to actually create in the physical. So you really have to get real about your feelings. You've really got to go in, drill down, and find out what is underneath this shit. Why do I feel triggered in certain areas? Why does this person set me off? What exactly am I feeling when I get mad at this person? And really get down to the wounds and the traumas that you've had before that are conducting your life experience right now. To be really honest with you, when we were going through our financial stuff, we had just come across the law of attraction, and we were trying so hard to feel happy and to feel abundant, and our lives were crumbling underneath us, and we couldn't look at it, and we were too fearful. And because of that, electricity got shut off and cars got repossessed, and we weren't in solution mode, we were in the denial mode. And a lot of the law of attraction teachers out there will teach you, don't look at it. Don't go back to your past. It's not valuable. And I'm not saying that you need to go back to your past. What I'm saying is you need to find out what your vibrational output is on every subject of your life if you want to become a powerful creator. You've got to deal with those feelings. You've got to heal from those feelings, and you have to release them in order to become a happy and joyful person. You have no idea the vibrations, the higher vibrations that you can get into when you let this stuff go, when you let your past go, when you really conduct from that mind-heart connection, right? You get into quieting your mind, that meditation practice that becomes, oh goodness, bliss. I'm so in bliss when I sit in my meditation. I've been doing about 30 minutes a day, and I've actually been doing this one particular guided one that I really, really love. It brings me super, super deep. And it's just bliss when you really get to this meditation practice where you are in zero state awareness and there is nothing. It is just clear, clean. It's going to help you in so many different ways. If you need help, the M21 Revolution is on Facebook. That will help you. I also have a meditation teaching on my website, www.livelifegolden.com. And that can help you to get your thing started. We'll probably do another challenge. The group is free, but we'll probably do another challenge come February, and that's donation based. So maybe we'll do a love challenge. I'm starting to get into love. I did my Valentine's decorating today, and oh man, do I have fun with that. Yesterday, the reason why this podcast was a little late is because I put away all the Christmas decorations yesterday, which took me about 8 hours, 7 hours. Yeah, it was a long day. So I wanted to come to you guys with new energy, with good energy and excitement. And it's hard to do that after you just hauled, 8 million bins up to the attic. But I am strong. Yes, I am. Got back to the gym today. Haven't been to the gym in a little while. We had company for Christmas. Loved, loved, loved having all of my kids together. Mama's heart is so full. And we had our granddaughter this year, which was absolutely beautiful. We had one night where we did Christmas all in one night, and it was precious times, precious times as a family. And it's different. My kids are older and it's different, and I don't need to be sad about what isn't anymore. I can just embrace and be present with what is. And that is our choice. That is our freedom to be able to do that and to, think about the memories fondly and lovingly, but not sad, not sadly. Like my husband and I were alone on Christmas Eve. We had a beautiful dinner together, and it was great. And we wrapped presents, and it was just, it's like I don't need anything to be a certain way anymore. When you start to detach and you get away from your expectations of shit, you just let yourself off the hook and you let yourself experience so much more joy, because you're not like trying to put everything in a box that it has to be a certain way. And you just kind of let go of you just let go of all of the needing things to be a certain way, and you just kind of flow. And it's a beautiful thing. And then you find joy in places you didn't even know were there. Quiet nights alone are not so bad. All right, so let's see where we are at, talking about manifesting. All right, so the very first thing when it comes to manifesting is, you've got that attention to something. You create a desire about something. And usually, many times that desire comes on the heels of something not wanted. So something happens, it's not wanted. And I want you guys to know, this is all about life force being called through you. This is all about the expansion and the growth of the journey. This is not about you suffering or somebody punishing you. This is all about showing yourself how powerful you are and growing and expanding along the way. So the joy in the journey is really important. So when you have that desire, if you could be like, oh, good, now I have something to focus on. Oh, great, now I have something new to manifest. You would be in good shape and you would actually fuel the energy instead of resisting it and slowing it down. So oftentimes when something happens that you don't want to happen, you get in resistance, You fuss it, you fight it, you get mad at it, you get pissed off, you tell people about it, you get miserable, and you're wicked in the problem when you're doing that. So the problem and the solution have different energies. The solution's up here, the problem's down here. So if you're fussing and fighting and resisting, you're in the problem, and the solution that wants to come to you is slowed way down. It slows the energy way down. So you want to just let go. You want to just get really super clear. Let that desire, you can complain. If you really want to complain for a little bit, you can complain because that's like step one. But just know the longer you complain, the longer it's going to take for the solutions to come. So once you get super clear about what you want, write it down. Writing is the strongest form of focus. I have these really cute little journals. I'm so excited. Everybody got these for Christmas. Your Live Life Goldyn journals. It's on the back too. They are lined, super cool. I'll put the link in the post. But also these, if you do order these, if you email me at livelifegolden@gmail or contact me from my website, I will send you a PDF of the exact steps to manifest. I did that for my kids. Pretty cool. And my friends. So write it down, visualize it, and then let it go. Don't do anything until the energy tells you the next move, until the energy tells you the next step. We often mess up the energy because we're trying to get in there and figure out how. We're trying to make things happen, push things into place. If something is hard, it means it's not meant to be. You need to back up. You need to give it some space. That's a really great idea for anytime you are triggered from someone, anytime somebody says something that you don't like and you feel an emotional, release, you feel like your emotions, energy, and motion are getting away with you, just back up. Leave the room, go for a walk, process before you react. And that way you can have a thought out response of how you want to respond, and you're going to have a lot more solutions come that way than if you're just reacting from a trigger. These are all invitations to heal. So once you do that, once you get really clear, now you're going to look at the energy. You're going to notice the energy. Either what's happening is going to get worse, you're going to get more unwanted, which we call nails in the coffin, or you're going to see different opportunities to do something else. So whether it's your job, there may be an opportunity to quit. There may be an opportunity to get a new job. There may be an opportunity to do things differently. So I forgot to turn my phone off. So it's up to you to watch the energy field and let the universe tell you what the next step is. This is a co-creative partnership. This is not, we're not on our own here. We've got non-physical support. We've got infinite energy at our, invitation. So if we can just back up and just listen, just be patient and listen, we will know the next direction to go in. Being okay with what is a huge part of manifesting. So if you are not living where you want to live, if you are not with the partner you want to be with, and you're super miserable about it, you're in the lack of it. So being okay with what is a big part of getting that energy to start moving again. Just being like, it is what it is. I'm here. It's okay. It's all going to work out fine. And just doing those like little mantras to kind of settle yourself, because the mind wants to kick up anxiety, right? That squirrel in your mind, the squirrel on crack, the monkey mind wants to work on problems. So it's going to give you reasons to feel anxious. It's going to give you reasons to feel fear. When you get in those vibrations of anxiety and fear, this is what you do. And this goes across the board right now with our world. First of all, if you've got something that's, talking a lot of fear at you, say your TV, the news, or, your Facebook feed or whatever it is, turn that off, sit down, and take some long, slow, deep breaths. Really let your lungs fill with air and then release and get back into your body. Because when you get back into your body, right, you get back into your heart and you get out of the mind and you settle yourself and you put yourself in a different frequency. It's called zero state awareness. It's where everything is created from. If you continue down the road of that frequency, dialing into that radio station of anxiety and fear, before you know it, you're going to see a lot of evidence of it. So more stories are going to come across your path. Maybe you're going to get sick. Maybe you're going to meet a lot of people that are sick. There's going to be more reasons for you to feel fear. The fear on this earth in the past 2 years has been epic. So if we want to get out of the frequency of it, we've got to take ourselves out of that story. And we've got to start putting ourselves in the higher vibrations of gratitude, joy, love, happiness, lightheartedness, and freedom. It's freedom. It really is. All right. So when we sit in the desire, complaining, getting desperate, feeling hopeless, wondering why it hasn't come yet, listening to the shitty committee, because that's going to kick the shitty committee right up, having the same responses to life. That means we have the same anxiety, we have the same fears, we get the same, get in the same fights with people. The same responses will bring the same exact results. The way to change your life is to change how you respond. That's how you know that you've really changed. That's how you really know you've changed your identity, because you are no longer resonating with that response. It's a choice, guys. It's a choice, and you've got to interrupt the momentum and the minutia that causes you to get really wrapped up in those low vibrational fields where you don't feel like you're at choice, where you're just angry, where you're just raging, where you're not really allowing yourself to come back to your center, to come back to your heart. Okay. You must create some sort of appreciation and high vibration from where you are, and to get your mind right. Get your mind right. Get your mind right. Don't, if you're vacillating between this sucks and I'm okay, lean more towards the I'm okay, because we're going to vacillate. There's going to be times when we're going to vacillate. My daughter and her husband flew back the other day, and that whole day, which I had intended on doing my podcast that day, I was vacillating. I was vacillating between everything being over. If you look at like the chemicals in our body, we have these dopamine drops where we're like super, super high and joyful and happy because we're with people. And then when it's over, like when a big event is over, we'll have a little dump in our dopamine. And so we don't have those happy hormones, those happy chemicals running through us. I did not go to the gym that day, so I didn't do the things that I normally do. I don't even think I meditated that day because I had brought them to the airport. And so it was, I was vacillating that day. So when I'm in that thing, it's like either, we got to do the things that help us. We got to meditate. We got to journal about gratitude. We got to look for reasons to feel good. We got to go outside, feel the nature, smell the flowers, play in the snow. I don't know. Look at the sun, let the sun beat on your skin for a few minutes, get back to that present moment awareness that's going to allow you to get out of the monkey mind, which normally that monkey mind scrolls on crack is either in the future, in the past, right? It's never like in the present moment, because everything in the present moment is good. It really is. Unless you're like facing a huge, chaotic thing right now, everything is good. Everything is good. Remind yourself of that. Have perspective. We often lose perspective. And one of the things that I've noticed in my groups is that, these women have like leaps and bounds of success. They really do. I want to talk about my groups for a little bit, just to connect with my new challenge, but they will grow leaps and bounds. Like they will take so much control and reclaim so much power in their life. And then they'll have a bad moment, not even a bad day. They'll have a bad moment where they were triggered. Maybe they flew off the handle, and then they'll go, I should know better. And then the shitty committee pipes in and starts beating them up and tells them that they're not as evolved as they thought they were, and they're not as good, and they're not fixed yet, basically, right? Because we walk around feeling like we're broken. So that is the mechanism of the mind to keep you safe and the same. So I call bullshit on all of it, and I remind them of who they are and that it was just a moment, and that in that moment, there is so much expansion and growth and truth that is being piped into them now that they have some awareness. Now that they know that that's not okay, that they don't want to do that anymore, they're going to be able to heal it differently. They're going to be able to deal with it differently. So it doesn't take them out for a couple days the way it used to. It's a moment. So this new challenge, Ignite the Fire Within challenge, the start date is a little wonky right now. I'm either going to start at January 21st or February 2nd, depending on how the calls go, because these calls take time, my transformation calls. So if you are looking to do a transformation call with me, get in touch with me ASAP, livelifegolden@gmail, or you can get me on Facebook or Instagram, and I will do a transformation with you. You will have a transformation on the call. There's no doubt. I just ask that you have some intention of being part of the group if we do this together, because, this is a big thing for me to do energy release work with you and to create a transformation. So just to feel the even exchange, I share how the group works. It's a 6-week program. We go through every facet of your life, and we basically go from we create a new vibrational set point for you by cleaning and clearing every part of your life. So whatever it is, they are very tailor-made. I've had 3 groups now, and they are very much tailor-made to the group. And it's so cool, the groups that come together, because they are all very synchronistic. I love that. I absolutely love that. And we've created these little mini communities. We have private communities in Facebook that are so supportive and wonderful and amazing. And if you do this with me, this 6-week program, it will put you in to be part of one of my retreats, which is going to happen this year. Oh my gosh, this year, 2022, I am doing a retreat in Southern California. That is basically, if you've ever followed me on Facebook, I do Fun Friday with my girlfriends. It's going to be Fun Friday on steroids for like 4 or 5 days, and with some spirituality, meditation, law of attraction stuff mixed in. Yeah, it's going to be fantastic. And you have to go through the program first. And the reason why is because I only want high vibrational people. We've got to be in a super high vibe. We've got to do our healing work, and we've got to do the energy releasing. So I normally just do this with women. This time I'm doing a group of women and a group of men. So if you are a man and you are listening to this, come aboard, because I really want to create these little communities. And I think we need our men right now to really step up and, create a balance within our lives where we are not desperately trying, filled with this quiet desperation of, working these jobs we hate or living these lives that are less than, and really begin to follow your dreams. So let me know. I will do a call with you, and we will figure this out and see if it's right for you. It's amazing. It's amazing. And every single woman that has gone through it will tell you her life has changed exponentially. I mean, from weight loss to more money, to just feeling better, to being more joyful, to manifesting, to breaking up with people that were just not right for them. I mean, so many things. Better marriages, better parenting, all of it, because it envelopes your whole life, this vibrational stuff, because your vibrational set point is what you're going to attract all the time. And when you've healed and you've released energy, which we do in every single week, you're able to create a different set point. So you're not in the same frequency. You're not the same person. And because of that, you attract differently and your life becomes different. So it's fantastic. It's one of my favorite things to do with people. All right, let's get back to the talk. Okay, so are you paying attention to the subtle signs? So when you're in a manifestational place, when you're looking to manifest something, are you looking for the subtle signs? Remember, I used to see license plates from California all the time in Connecticut. I was in New York one day. I saw 7 license plates. Like, you can't make that up. I would walk into a store and see California shirts in Connecticut. So you got to look for the subtle signs, the little things that are coming to you to give you an indication that things are happening, that there is an energetic movement, that you are moving energy, that energy is responding to your intention and to your decision, your clear-cut order that you've placed with the universe, that you've written down. One day, there's a book by Pam Grout called E Squared, and it's 9 simple experiments you can do to prove the law of attraction is right, or that the law of attraction works for you. Like, for you, it's really important for you to have some confidence about this stuff and not just take my word for it. So one day she asked, she put an experiment down, and it was look for sunset beige cars and count how many sunset beige cars you can count in one day. So I was very specific about the sunset beige. It had to be like a light beige. It couldn't be dark. It couldn't be gold. So I was specific about it. And I was driving. I drove about 45 minutes from my house to a networking event, and then I drove home. And in that day, I saw 108 sunset beige cars. And it floored me because I realized that when I honed my focus, this is the same exact thing that happens when you decide you want a car and then all of a sudden you see them everywhere. It's because you've tuned your focus. You've tuned and turned your focus on to that particular thing. So it's like the universe just opens it up to you. And you may have never even noticed these cars before. Were they on the road before? I don't know. Are we just creating it? I don't know. It feels that way. It really feels that way. So do it. Do the experiment with something like that. It's so freaking cool. And it works. And it helps you to gain a little bit of confidence in your manifestational journeys. That's like the things like synchronicities, like when you're thinking about somebody and they call you, same thing. It's law of attraction. It's totally law of attraction. And I wish I had a story right now about that, because so many things have been happening lately that I'm just like, you can't make this shit up, because you really can't. You really can't. The things that we manifest and the things that we find and the way that life responds to our conduction of energy and what we decide is absolutely fascinating. So I hope you're getting some proof of it. It would be cool to actually hear about that. If you have any experiences that you want to share, I'm going to invite you to either respond to, if you were on YouTube, you can respond at the bottom of this, or you can go on my Live Life Goldyn page on Facebook, which I'm jumping over to right now. And anytime you need assistance with something, you can either email me or you can go on my page here and ask. And I had an ask yesterday, because I said, if you have any specific questions about manifesting or need shifting, comment below. And I had a wonderful man named John Phillips. Hey, John, so excited that you could be on my page and listen to my podcast. I really appreciate you. We've messaged back and forth, and John is a powerful creator. How to remain open to what is given, avoiding, doubting, and limiting thoughts. This good could never happen to me. My mind always settles at this place, and intentions with actions last a couple weeks at best. And he says this is a lifelong pattern. So yes, John, a lifelong pattern. So this is a cycle for you. And in order to release cycles, we have to respond differently and interrupt that shitty committee. Because all the shitty committee is a habit. It's just a habit. And a lot of times those habits are reaped in like a wound or a trauma that, you could benefit from, definitely from some energy releasing, which I will do in my program. But if you really want to, kind of go at this yourself, I would do some journaling about this and really drill down and find out where this comes from, where this stems from. Most likely it's something somebody told you before you were 5. When you start asking these things that are like from a long, long time ago, will start to pop up for you. You'll have memories. You'll have downloads, which are really interesting. And you can just ask them for them to be released. And then moving forward, it's about interrupting the pattern the second it starts. So, I took a little time off from the holidays. I did my other podcast right before the holidays, and then this one is a little bit late. So I had a couple of days there where I wasn't really creating. And it was interesting what happened in the energy field because I get a lot of messages and I wasn't getting any messages. So, my doubt starts to creep in and what are you doing and what do you think you're doing? And then I look at my podcast numbers and they dropped, my listener numbers dropped. Of course, it was the holidays and a lot of things going on. And so that can be a habit for me to be like, oh, am I good enough? Am I good enough? Are people going to start dropping off? And I have to interrupt that because if I don't interrupt that, I'm going to get more evidence of that. And it's going to be a lot harder for me to get out of that. I'm going to climb down into that rabbit hole. And that's the last thing we want to do. So, excuse me. So that's it, John. Journal about it, meditate on it, release it, and then interrupt it. It's just a habit. It's just a habit. John, why couldn't good things happen to you? Of course they can happen to you. They happen all the time to people around us. They happen all the time. I think I said this in my last podcast. This isn't just for me. This is for everybody. This is scientific law. It's not just for me. It's for everybody. So when you get your mind right, you're going to be able to really direct those thoughts towards, I'm a new person. I've got a new identity. I believe in myself. I believe in these laws. I believe in the energy conduction of what I'm looking to create. And then look for evidence of it. You'll see it. You'll find it. You just got to get out of those low vibe thoughts because the low vibe thoughts are what keeps the frequency low. And that's what keeps you in the problems and keeps the solutions from coming or the opportunities or the miracles from coming. So let's get out of that habit. That's not a good habit. Let's interrupt it. So being excited. All right, so here we go. Are you holding on too tight or are you conducting crappy energy? So where are you at? Ask yourself, what is my vibe? What is my vibe every day? I went back to the gym today. My vibe wasn't the same. I'm just coming back from the holidays. I'm a little bit slower. My cardio is not where it was, but I could feel a little bit. I could feel a little bit of my old self in there. And so tomorrow I'm excited to just come back and be me and, no more of this like, oh, it's 4:30. Like this is why I don't take time off from the gym. Because when you get up at 4:30 in the morning and you have a habit of doing that, you got to stick with that habit. Because if you don't, it's a lot harder to get back into. So today was day one. Tomorrow will be better. All right. So listen to yourself. What are you saying? Pay attention to how you feel. Get to the crux of the emotions so you can work on letting them go. Decide what you want. That's what the clarity is. That's what the nails in the coffin are. You cannot know what you do want until you really know what you don't want. When you really know what you don't want, your desire is so strong. So if things are getting worse and worse and worse, guess what? They're about to flip because that's the energy getting super dense and it's about to release. It's about to work out for you. Decide what you want and spend only your excitement on it. Only your excitement on it. So if you've got something that you've been working on manifesting for a while and it hasn't, and your thoughts about it have been real shitty, the story you have around it has been shitty, where's my stuff? Why isn't this happening? What's wrong with me? Let all of that go and only think about it if you can be excited about it. I have no idea what's going to happen today. That's one of my favorite sayings. I have no idea what's going to happen today. I have no idea who I'm going to meet today. I have no idea what opportunity is going to fall in my lap today. Yeah, that is the energy that you want to come from if you really want to be a powerful creator. All right, so here's the process. This is our process. Think about something you would like to change. This year, 2022, reclaiming your power on all fronts. So think about, you could do a few of these. So think about something you'd like to change. Consider the energy you've always given to it. Get really honest with yourself. We can't really create if we're not being honest with ourselves. What is the energy you have wrapped around it? What is the energy you have wrapped around your finances? What is the energy you have wrapped around your love life? What is the energy you have wrapped around your body? Okay? Where are you coming from on this? And what you say about it. What do you say about it? Pay attention to what you're saying because your words are powerful. Consider how you would feel, think, and act if you knew without a doubt it was coming. If you knew without a doubt that this was going to happen on and this date, right? You got a week left and it's all your dreams are going to come true. How would you feel? Relief? Freedom? Joyfulness? Happiness? Appreciation? Excitement? Yes, you would have all of those things. So think about that, contemplate that, and work on getting that vibration higher, getting that vibration immersed in that happy feeling. Would you feel lighter, happier, freer, less worried? Would you be less worried and less anxious? Are you a worrier? Are you a complainer? Are you always pointing out what could go wrong? Do you always feel like you need a plan B? Okay, we got to get out of this vibe, you guys, this habit. This is a habit that was handed down to us from generations. Planning for the worst. You got to be prepared. All of that shit is just putting you in the frequency of shit going wrong. Yeah, be prepared if it makes you feel good, but don't do it from an energy of desperation. Just do it from an energy of relief and freedom. This makes me feel good to do this. Not I have to do this or shit's going to go wrong. So like the energy of complaining and being in misery is putting you in the frequency of just not attracting the amazing stuff that could come to you if you just release and let go and allow. Responding differently when you get your bills in the mail. Responding differently when you get an unexpected bill. Just chill out. It's all going to work out. It's going to be okay. And I know sometimes they're really big and sometimes they're really scary. But I will tell you, I've been through probably just about every financial crap you could go through, bankruptcy, foreclosure, repossession of cars. I've gone through all of it, lost everything, and I'm still standing. And I live in a 4-bedroom house that is full of furniture, that is fully paid off within, 4 years, 3 years of us moving here. So it's not just for me. It's for all of us. It's for all of us. And that's why I feel so passionate about this podcast in sharing it with people so that I can help you remember. So I can flip that switch for you and help you know that you are here to be a powerful creator and that it's time. This year is time, people. It's time for us to reclaim our power and to stand in our freedom and stand in our choice to think logically and sensibly and speak up, speak our minds and be in our confidence, our truth and our confidence and our power that we are an expression of the infinite energy of all that is. Yes. All right. So I'm going to do a little release for you all. And I'm going to do this today for everyone. But moving forward, I'm really thinking about making these really special and for my VIP members. So I will also put a link in the bottom. If you become a subscriber, a paid subscriber to the Live Life Goldyn Show, you're going to get bonuses. You're going to get extras. And these releases and activations are going to be part of that. So there's a $5 tier and there's a VIP tier that's like $20. And I've got a whole bunch of ideas for that. So I have some subscribers. So thank you so much for the people that are there. And this one is for everybody, but moving forward, I'm definitely going to try to separate these out so that my VIP members get a little bit more for supporting my show and for allowing me to continue this and for encouraging me along the way. All right, so I'm going to invite you, if you're driving, don't do this. Maybe pull over or pause and wait till you get home. Okay. All right, so we're going to take a nice, long, slow, deep breath together. And breathe out. And take another deep breath in. And breathe out. And just make sure your back is really straight and you bring your neck back so that your neck is in alignment. Yeah, we tend to bring that neck forward. So this should give you some release in your shoulders, so let your shoulders drop. And really let your lungs fill up. So be really aware of the breath coming in your nose and filling up your lungs. And come into your heart and just feel that beautiful heart space. Feel yourself sitting in the chair and allow yourself to come back into your body. And we just ask that in this moment together that we are allowed, that we have permission, that we are releasing all of those low vibrational energies that no longer serve us, all the energies of the past, all the energies of last year, the year before, the generational energies that are of a low vibe orientation. We ask for a full release. So take a nice deep breath and just release all energies of lack, all energies of anger, all energies of resentment, all energies of unforgiveness, all energies of fear, releasing energies of anxiety, releasing energies of doubt, low self esteem, low self confidence, releasing the energy of the mind to be in control over your conduction. So, releasing that monkey mind, coming up and clearing out those neural pathways. Release all the heaviness in the heart. So, that's depression, grief, the belief that you are not far enough in life, that you don't know better, the belief that you are broken, the belief that you are not doing well, releasing energies of illness, releasing any energies of, let's see, it's like decrepidation. So that's like, getting older, feeling your age. Yeah, releasing all of that. Releasing any energies that are stuck in the body that are causing pain. Yeah, release all that pain. And then release all the energies in the shoulders from just carrying the weight of the world. Yeah, and let that breath out. Let a big sigh come, clearing the energy field from all these low vibrations, clearing the energy field from the collective consciousness of fear, sickness, illness, disease, doubt, um, being scared. Yeah. And just releasing all those energies of untruths and releasing the veil. Yeah, just letting that veil go so we can see what's really going on. So we release all energies in the third eye that's blocking your intuition. And we release all energies from the sacral chakra that is blocking your creativity. So that's below the belly button. Just take a deep breath. Releasing all energies in the throat to release any of that energy that is causing you not to speak your truth and causing a blockage between your throat and your heart. Yeah, so your throat needs to connect with the heart to really speak from love and compassion, not from the mind, not from the logical mind. That feels lighter. That feels better. So let's just activate some energy. So we bring in all this beautiful light over the top of your head, bringing it into your neural pathways, raising the vibration. So raising you into gratitude, raising you into appreciation and love, allowing you to have access to those energies and those thoughts much more easily, bringing that beautiful light into your throat, activating your truth, connecting that truth to your heart, really activating the love in your heart. We need unconditional love right now. We need nurturing. We need understanding. We need compassion. We need joy. We need you to know who you are. And who you are is love. And bringing that energy down into the middle of the body, into the solar plexus, we activate your power center, your truth, your remembering of who you are, that you are a powerful creator, your self-confidence, your self-esteem, your inspiration, your motivation, And then bringing that light down into the bottom of the body, we activate your emotional center, your sacral chakra, balancing out your emotional field, allowing you to embrace all emotion, knowing that it's all part of your expansion and growth, activating your creativity, your nurturing, bringing that light down into your root where we activate that co-creative partnership, that universal support, that knowing of who we are, that grounding energy, bring it down into the earth, ground yourself here in this physical experience, and allow yourself to connect with higher vibrational realms of spirit, of knowing that you are in this physical body, but that you have access to your spirit. And just bringing that light back up and really activating that intuition. So in your forehead, we activate the third eye, opening up your clarity, opening up your messages of intuition, allowing you to hear them louder, allowing you to listen to them. And just feel that light all the way around your body, about 3 to 4 feet out of your body. Having this experience of being wrapped in this warm blanket of worthiness, knowing that you are held, that you are here for great purpose, and that in every moment you can bring yourself back to the present moment and detach from all other things. You have the opportunity to be in the highest vibrations of appreciation and love and presence, where all things are created from. So just take a couple of deep breaths and let that all acclimate into every one of your cells, bringing your cellular structure into its most optimal performance, into its most beneficial states, where there is health and happiness and abundance and the perfect synchronicity of all of your organs working together in favor of vitality, life force, excitement, passion, and all that is. And peace, feeling that peace within, knowing that you are in charge of it all, knowing that you are free to choose, you are free to be, and you are here to create. Good stuff. Love those releases and activations. That's just a little sample of what I do in my groups. They are much more tailor-made. So everyone that is on, I get my intuitive downloads to release stuff for people. We also do writing prompts beforehand, so I can really clarify what you're looking to work on. The writing prompts are a big deal. They're a big deal because they are questions that are specific to getting to those underlying subconscious vibrations that you may be creating from, that are creating those cycles in your life that you do not want to create anymore. Let this be the year. Let this be the year that you reclaim your power on every single front. Let this be the year. Let this be the month. Let this be the day. Let this be the time for you to finally live your life to your greatest potential. It is an exciting time. I am beyond excited. I want to infuse this in every single person I talk to and meet and come across. And because of that, I am so blessed and I am so in a high vibration that I just want to share. So want to share. So share this with your friends, share this with your family, share the episodes that you think would be specific to, people on Facebook. I love to answer people and put a show up that I think may help them and assist them on their journey. We really truly are in relationship for a reason. We are here to share and connect and lock arms together to get through this life experience in the most wonderful and happiest way. I love you all. Peace.